Dennis Brown here. I found this guitar at Guitar Center yesterday, and it was only $2,600. A nice Gibson Les Paul. I'm just kidding. It's not a Gibson Les Paul. I took that off a pack of strings. This is actually a Firefly, and I will say this. The Firefly looks as good as the Gibson Les Paul. That was $2,600. It just blew my mind. It was this guitar exactly, except it said Gibson. And so I just had to do that. Dennis Brown for Firefly guitar fans. The only place to get news, really, on the web when it comes to Firefly guitars. If you're not getting it at Firefly guitar fans, it's either old news or fake news. So I've done 2 other videos on this guitar, and one on just the pickups in a different guitar. The first one was a first look where we just talked about everything, so we're not going to do that. Second one was clean. That's what I get the most requests for, are clean tones. And this one we're going to do some dirty tones. And what I'm going to do is run through a Marshall DSL 40CR. We're running through the clean channel on crunch mode, cranked all the way up, very reminiscent of 70s style tube amps. And then we're pulling back the gain in the dirty channel on the cleaner of the two. So we're kind of bridging this. We're not doing anything heavy metal sounding. We're just kind of doing crunchy sounds and nice distorted sounds, very 70s, 80s, before metal bands roamed the earth kind of tones. But we're going to listen to the sustain with the least amount of gain. It's really good. I mean, I have no complaints over the sustain in this guitar. I really have no complaints over the guitar. The only things I don't like about it are things that aren't going to go into production. The pots that are in this one aren't the same as what's going to go into production. Production will be better. But this little thing, well, you just listen to it. Very good for rhythm tones, for distorted rhythm. I mean, just spot on in any position. It does the job. And it's got good clarity. It's obviously thicker up in the neck, but you still have the clarity there. So I'm very happy with the pickups. Through distortion, I liked them for clean. I loved them for clean, but with distortion, they just shine a little more. Let's kick up the gain just a hair. Usually played on a Gretsch, and hear a little bit of that test. Not bad. Again, the sustain is just just sounds good. And yeah, we're running it through a good amp, a mid-priced good amp. But you've seen from my other tests and stuff, if you've paid any attention, that even the cheap amps sound good. I've used them before. The Marshall was just easiest to use for this particular test. And you get the idea. That's plenty for you to hear it. I'm really wowed with the tone. These, once again, unless you're playing heavy metal, the clean tones are great. The overdrive tones are, I especially like it with the lower distortion. It's, the pickups do a good job, and the Marshall does a good job too of being right in between clean and really dirty, so you can so you can, just using hand technique, you can go, you can hit that break point and go from being kind of just a little gnarly to nice, good, edge distortion without it being too much. But so there you go. That's the perhaps last look. We shall see. This is the Firefly LP series. You heard it first on, Firefly Guitar Fans, and you always will. They should be in stores before the end of 2019 and on eBay or on guitarsgarden.com, which is the official website for them. I don't know the price. I know it's going to be, pretty sure it's going to be under $200. And after looking at that $2,600 Gibson and thinking, even if I had to upgrade a piece or two, it is such a good deal. You're going to love them. Thanks, guys.